Some cities feel like they've been waiting for you. They call it the Pearl of the Danube, a place where old world drama meets living energy. For the next 2 days, that's where we lose track of time. We are sinking into thermal waters, soaking in the golden light, and discovering a capital whose elegance isn't just preserved, it pulses in every street, every moment. This is Budapest in 48 hours, and let's lose ourselves in it.
So I just landed in Budapest. I've been thinking about the history. Austria-Hungary Empire was where the First World War began. Nobody standing at that moment knew it yet. That's the thing about history. We live through it without knowing which moments will become the chapters, triggers, the turning points. Wars are games played by politicians, and peace takes hundreds of thousands of ordinary people. Their voices, their choice to keep living, keep building, keep making art, music, and small, beautiful moments, even when the world feels heavy. That's why we travel, to remind us what we are holding on to.
The city approaches slowly at first. Flatlands, then outlines, then suddenly it's here. Budapest doesn't rush to greet you, it waits, lets you come to it. Fisherman's Bastion at midday, white stone against blue sky, like something a child would draw when asked to imagine a castle. Down from the castle now, Buda retreats behind me, stone by stone. The yellow tram rattles past, the city moves in layers, the grand above, the everyday below. I'm walking towards something quieter, the library. It sits quietly, unassuming, like it's keeping a secret. I push the door open, the smell of paper and old wood. Outside was Budapest. Inside is somewhere else entirely. Symmetry and silence, wood and light, a room that says, sit down, stay a while, become something. Back across the river now, Buda to Pest, east to west. On the other side, the flatland waits. I was torn between this hotel to Hilton, and I ended up choosing Hilton over the room view. The cafe here, I just couldn't skip it. Super famous, super busy, totally overpriced, but for this design, it's worth it. These Usman-style buildings, wide boulevard, Budapest channeling Paris. Funny, isn't it? I just spent an hour inside a palace of pastry, and now the city outside plays along. But I'm walking towards something else. The Franz Liszt museum, where he lived, where he composed, where those impossible fingers once pressed these very keys. For anyone who grew up with piano lessons, Liszt is everywhere. La Campanella, those tiny jumping notes we all butchered as kids. His music is drama, it's playfulness, it's technical cruelty disguised as beauty. Northward now, toward the famous baths, the one everybody posts. And it's packed, shoulder to shoulder, steam and noise, so I pivot, find another, older, quieter, still beautiful in its way, but not my type. Sometimes you don't know what you're looking for until you find where you're not.
We're staying at Hilton Budapest this trip. If you ask AI which hotel to stay in when you're here, this one is sure to be on the list. At least that was the first one came up in my research, and let me show you why.
Last light, and I'm on the water. The city turns gold, then rose, then blue. Parliament glows on one side, the castle on the other. And for a moment, everything, the history, the weight, the worry, it all softens. This is why we come, not to escape the world, but to watch it from the water and remember it can still look like this.
So if you're the type of traveler who loves to walk like 20 to 30,000 steps, then you don't need to get the block ticket or the daily travel card. Just get the single tickets as you go, because most sites are pretty concentrated. You can easily hit them all in a day.
Morning light, empty streets. I walk past closed shutters through quiet squares. The station waits, but not urgently. So I find a bench in a pocket of green. Sun on my face, nowhere to be for a few more minutes. The train hums west, the river district appears. Window frames full of water and sky. Reeds bending in the shallows. Small boats dreaming at their docks. I step off and walk toward the pier. The lake opens up, slow and vast. Tihany sits on its hill like a prayer, twin towers against the blue, watching over water that goes on forever. I climb toward them, through stone, through shadow, through centuries of footsteps. At the top, the view doesn't just open, it unfolds. At the edge of the hill, a table with a view, lavender cake, pale purple and soft. Each bite tastes like summer pressed into sugar. The lake below, the sun above, and between them, this small sweet pulse. Down now, toward the water, the road curves through spring. Cherry blossoms, wildflowers, petals scattered like confetti, the kind of beauty that makes you slow down without deciding to. The ferry cuts across, and the water glows, not blue today, but green, pale, luminous, like sea glass held up to light. And for a while, there's just this boat, this light, this liquid jade carrying me somewhere new. This is catfish in a cream and paprika sauce, draped over soft dumpling dough that soak up every drop, rich, smoky, impossibly comforting. Light melts into the lake, slow, golden. Gulls cry overhead. Crows settle into the trees. Sheelfolk breathes differently from the others, louder, brighter, more alive. Families on the promenade, couples on benches, kids still chasing in the fading light. I walk along the water, breeze in my hair, and think. Some places you visit, others you feel them pulse. That's on a Sunday morning, the kind of quiet that feels almost sacred. The cathedral is alive though, voices everywhere, singing that feels every inch of stone. Sunday bells somewhere in the distance, no agenda, just footsteps. Look, the horses and their riders, like they step out of the history. Santander is colorful, awake, buzzing, from one world into another. I didn't plan this, but today is their national day. A brass band, one song, full ceremony. The square goes quiet. Everyone stands a little taller. Sometimes the biggest moments come in the smallest places. No plan, no map, just following where the streets go. Galleries, courtyards, pretty doors, and right at the end, a small moment of sweetness before the next corner. Today's lunch, Hungarian cooking, smoky beef soup that tastes just like home. Okay, so some random tip. I literally never take cash anymore, even when I travel. I just assumed everywhere takes card. But today I learned my lesson. This little town I went to, that's ferry ticket, cash only, and bus ticket, card machine broken. And two different strangers just helped me out. So carry some cash, and if those two people somehow see this,
thank you, really. Another thing, check your train times like before you go. Even just buy the round trip tickets, because some of the little towns, trains don't run that often. You would be done exploring and just waiting. So do the homework, save your time. And about the distance, Vas is about 40 kilometers from Budapest and Santander is 20 kilometers. So you can just do both in half a day. And the lake towns I went to, about 100 kilometers out, 2 hours each way. You know, just plan accordingly. Anyway, so if you make it to the end of this video, a big thank you. And I'll see you in my next one.